I have no problems with. What I also want to talk about today is how we can musically also emulate and recreate like these sort of electronic sounds. But there's a couple of interesting ideas there for sure to explore. Like I like the idea of the clicks, the using a flam to recreate that hand clap sound. I find that kind of interesting, right? Like, right, and then like he uses that the rim of the tom and kind of just slides over those two. So there's a bunch of stuff that we can do textually. So for example, one of the things that I want to show you guys is, let me just sort this out first, but is the idea of using buzzes, flams. um, let's stick to that, buzzes and flams. So for example, if you want to sort of create this sound, this echo sound, like you're hearing an electronic drum beat, and often you're gonna hear like boom, chat, boom, chat, 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 cat, which is basically just someone pushing a button or adding a sound effect. But we can sort of recreate that. I showed, I think, like 2 weeks ago. I already introduced that idea. So that can be done multiple different ways. So you can, for example, literally control the notes using, let's say, your left hand in this case. So you play. So all I'm doing is just, it's a decrescendo, right? And I'm also moving my hand away from the center. That also adds up to the textural approach. So, right, and sound. So, musically speaking, notation-wise, that's very simple, right? It's just 16th note, right? 4 of them, to be more precise. The first one is an accent, and then E and the. It's just a decrescendo, right? So 2E and the 4E and the 1E and the 2E and the. Now the difficult thing is to not let that affect this. Or whatever you're playing over there, right? You can also do, and that's, I think, even more interesting, but more challenging. Let's say you're playing eighth notes over here. 1 and 2 and 3. And then you play the echo, but as eighth note triplets over there, whilst you play the eighth notes over here. So it's a bit of a polyrhythm, right? But right, without the eighth notes, you can hear just eighth note triplets. And the 2 and the 2 and the 2. But then we have this at the same time. So that's another one, because again, electronic music, let's say you're just sampling beats and creating beats on your computer, you can literally program whatever rhythms you want on top of each other. The computer doesn't care. The human brain, right? They have eighth note triplets being played on top or under. Doesn't matter how you want to look at it. Eighth notes got a bit of a rhythmic clash there, because you have binary subdivision over here, ternary subdivision over there. But it's interesting, and it produces a sound, that sort of sound that one would only hear normally when you're sampling beats. Still, when it comes to sounds, for example, there's this. Do you guys know what this is? This is a 20-pound little tool called the Ching Ring. Mine makes these. And mine already has a couple missing. It's supposed to have more. But anyway, it's a sort of just a ring, a disc that you can put on top of almost anything. It was designed for the hi-hats. So you have the sort of tambourine sound versus that, so you can use, right? Okay. You can also put that on the snare drum. So it kind of creates two different sounds at the same time, right? You got that little tambourine sound, and again, if mine had more, you could hear it more. Okay. You can still hear it; it's very present, right? But it also muffles the skin, so it makes the snare drum sound very dry, right? As opposed to. So it sounds even more electronic, also because of that. It's a sort of dry, unnatural sound for a snare drum. It's got that extra at the end, right? Especially because that thing kind of bounces off the skin a little bit. So it's kind of cool because the tambourine sound is actually a little bit late, a bit delayed. So it's you know, twice as cool in my opinion. Pop. Then you have that little flam there. Right? What else? He showed a couple of cool stuff with the brushes. Like one of the things that he played there and used there, I don't know if you guys, because he kind of went really fast. But it's that when he hits the rim with the handle, but then the brushes sort of just roll, not really, on the skin. Right? So you can kind of create different sounds with that as well. Like, let's see, pick it out. The equivalent to this, right? But with the brush. Right? Can also do that. The cross stick stuff, you can change the pitch of the cross stick by moving your stick a little bit, so you can kind of simulate the pitch shifter, right? Like the guitar pedals. There are guitar pedals for that. You can emulate that in real life, so you can have. Right. Or you can kind of just create like the scratch effect. Ah. There's another cool thing. This is gonna make a mess. The snare wires. challenging thing is that you gotta think downwards and sideways. There you go. That's another little hack that you can use. It's fun. You don't even need to turn the snare drum around. You can just add a little. You're playing. Just scratch it. So there's all sorts of little fun tricks to use. So the drum beats that I want to show you today, they use fundamentally buzzes. So we're gonna let that stick buzz. Right, so we're gonna press against the skin to create that sort of prrr sound. Now that can be used again multiple different ways. You can be a bit more open and precise about it. Or just to create an actual buzz. So if we look at drum beat number 1 there, if I can zoom in on it, you'll see that we've got a very straightforward drum beat, but then the last 2 notes are buzzes. Okay, so you've got boom, ja, zzz, zzz, boom, ja, zzz, zzz. Okay. Okay. Oops. Where am I looking? I don't even know what there we go. Okay. Alright, so that buzz there, you see a tie there. That means that we can have a long buzz or we can play 2 buzzes. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we have the pattern is let's try that nice and slow. Any questions? No? Alright, so let's just give it a click here. Two, three, and 4, and boom, pop, boom, pop, pam, pop. Now the difficult thing is to play that buzz consistently, so it doesn't come out random. Whenever you play it, you want it, whatever texture you use, more open. So kind of more in time, right? Whatever texture you go with, make it consistent. Right? It's gotta sound like a loop, ideally. Okay, we'll try the same one a little bit faster. 2, 3, and 4, and. Okay, we'll try that a little bit faster. This is now 100. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Boom, ba boom, ba 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 boom, ba boom, ba ba. You're missing a snare. Ba boom, ba ba boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom, ba. Okay. All right, let's take a look at another one. Let's see here. Maybe number 3. Boom, da 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 boom, brr, boom, da 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 boom, brr, boom, da da. Now the downbeat is the buzz. Boom, da 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 boom, brr, boom. All right, so you got. Which is a cool thing to alternate with a normal sounding drum beat. Plus, if you play it a bit more open, it almost causes this illusion that you're playing almost a roll with one hand, right? So if you can also position the roll, the buzz, in different places. So if, for example, if it sets up an accent, almost sounds like a 5-stroke roll. whilst you keep that going. Those to create that effect anyway, they got to be clean. Right? They can be very, very buzzy. Anyway, I digress. All right, let's do this. 3 and 4 and. Yep. The hi-hat never stops. He's doing the same. Keep going, it's okay. Boom. Drop, stop, stop, boom. Brrr. Drop, bop, bop. Brrr. Yes. Okay. Right now the challenge, right, is to play that without allowing that to stop or follow it. And we have a double buzz. Sounds kind of cool, actually. Okay. All right, a bit faster. One, two, 3 and 4 and. Right. So I don't know if you guys noticed, I was also adding just to make that yeah, the accent on the end of four. Right. So I had the buzz on four and then an accent. So I moved the downbeat over to the end of four. And then I was trying to play that buzz more like 4 30-second notes. Then right, slower would be that. All right, cool. Let's try the same thing again, a little bit faster. 1 2 3 4. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we'll do one more. Let's take a look at. Okay, since it's the last one. So it's an interesting drum beat. It's busy. It's weird. I would try to play it firstly without the buzz, just to kind of get the skeleton down. Right, so we've got. Sorry, missed the. And then that second note will be a buzz. Alright, so I don't know. Let's give you guys. This one's a bit weird. So, 2 minutes for you guys to play around with it, and then we'll do it together. Questions? No, we'll see. We'll do it nice and slowly first. Feel free to remove the buzz if it gets in the way of playing the whole, because ideally we want to learn the drum beats and look at these buzzes and rolls and whatnot as embellishments that we add onto it afterwards. Right? So of course the first two drum beats were very easy, that's why we kind of went straight into it, but if you don't feel as comfortable about the big picture, don't worry about the small picture. Okay. All right, so here we go, nice and slow. 3 and the 4 and the. Two E and the 3 and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and the pop pom 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 ta pom pop. Bumper look up, bumper look up, nasty. Okay, a little bit faster and then that's it. Last one. 1, 2, 3 and the 4 and the. There you go, guys.